Hey guys, this is Hell Hades. This is a Raid Shadow Legends video. Guys, I want to talk you through so many champions that have come out of my vault and been regeared for the city of SINTRANOS. I know I've done a video the other day where I was talking about, silver being a real issue. I reckon I've spent 100 mil in a week now that I've got to the high levels of city of SINTRANOS. And I've probably also 6-starred, fully booked, ascended everything, a whole ton of heroes that have been sitting in the vault for a long time. Now, probably counter to what you think, I actually quite like that. I like the fact that I'm having to stretch my roster out, actually think about what I'm going to do in the game, because I haven't had to do that for quite a while. So for me, it's fun, but I get that for a lot of people, well, firstly, you probably haven't got the depth of roster that I've got. One, you probably haven't got the resources that I've got, because I've been sitting on stuff because I just haven't had to do it in a while, especially the epic books and that type of thing. Not so much legendaries, but epic books for sure. I've got plenty. And yeah, it just meant that I'm able to kind of give this a go, but most people probably can't. But in this video, I'm going to talk you through some of the teams that I've used. I'm going to show you my current battle, which is S20. And I'm kind of going to walk you through how I'm trying to do it, how I've regeared a ton of champions. I've probably regeared people 30 times yesterday to try and get this to happen. I'll show you a run and let you know what I'm doing. But I think before we do that, we'll kind of step backwards and just check out some of the teams that I've used on some of this tough content, because it opened my eyes to, how much I have been ignoring blessings that have come in for champions that I didn't really care about. Pretty much just sold them off. I wish I kept them now. How much I value certain gear sets when you get to tough content. I'll talk you through that as well. So there's a lot going on in this video. Let's start here with one of the harder. I'm going to work my way backwards. So I guess I'll bookmark stuff. If you're doing the earlier stuff, then check out, the bookmarks for the stuff that you're interested in. But this hard fire night, I really had to work for. I had to build a second Creedon because I don't have the other epic, who is very good. Let's find someone who's using him so I can just point him out. So I can't remember his name. This guy here with the smirk. I don't have this guy who would be good. I also don't have this guy's name. Oh, man. You know what I mean. Shiny balls here. I can't remember his name. Oh, my God. I'm having an absolute brain freeze. But anyway, I don't have him who would be really good as well. So the way I had to run this was 2 relentless Creedon. We had Shiramani. Everyone needed high accuracy. I had a fast Apothecary, and then I had a fast Ruella. And basically, we've got everybody as triple hit A1. We've got 3 champions that can freeze. I've got turn meter boost. I've got increased speed and turn meter boost. I only ever A1'd with my Creedons. I used my Shiramani's A3 when it was available, if not A1. And it was hard. I had 3 people with Phantom Touch so that we could try and get try and get the shield down as quick as possible. And this was a really tough fight. Yeah, this was kind of like one of the hardest fights I've won so far. But you can see, if I show you, this wasn't so much I did Shiramani out the vault for one, but then also had to rebuild a whole epic that I already own. Yeah, quite fast, decent accuracy. Is that the one I used or this one? No, this one I used. I'm aiming really for when I'm doing these builds at the higher level, I'm aiming for something close to 250 speed, high accuracy, over 350 accuracy. I think I needed there. And Creedon here, Creedon 2, relentless gear, absolutely pushing my gear over 260 or 250 odd speed, high accuracy. Creedon 1, same sort of thing, relentless gear, 294 speed, 378 accuracy. Apothecary keeps coming back like a bad smell, 325 speed. To get him in the mix. And then my Ruella was up in perception gear. I wanted her to land the decreased speed on her A2, which she did, to give me a chance. I don't know what this build is, honestly. It was just meant to be speed and some damage, but I don't know where the crit went. I don't know. I go crit damage gloves, but I think I just did it for the speed. I didn't even care about the crit, honestly. It was more about, can I get it quick enough? So that was a really hard fight. Another tough one was S25. But I've got the new mythical dwarf who helped me out a lot here. And there was a lot of champions actually that are good here. So Seer kind of like ruling with the damage. Nothing too crazy there. I soloed this one with Bushy, did a video on this against the Sand Devil here. So Bushy or Basilisk solos are pretty good for this. And I've seen a bunch of people do solo Brogni for this, but I actually mainly did damage through Brimstone and Brogni on my Iron Twins. If we go back to some other... I guess it's worth even like calling out some of these levels. Like I built out my Yannicka that I've never built personally before. I built out my Jetney the Giant. Never built her before for some of these. You know, it's really like stretching my vault. I built a King Agashi for this one because I didn't have enough damage to get through some of the waves. I also got my Grappler back out the vault and geared him up for this because there's just so few champions that you can use. Yeah, it's just like very tough. The SOULCROSS stuff is very, very tough. 16 here. I had quite a good roster for that, so that wasn't too bad. But what's interesting, and I guess I'll just show you this quickly. What's interesting about builds is that the higher you go, the less you kind of build for damage. Yeah, so if I look at the team, in fact, I'll show you the team I'm using right now. And this has changed over the last day. To try and beat this one here, I've gone from initially putting everybody in some sort of damage build and seeing if I could beat people down. I can't. So now we've got, I changed my RTAC build to a stun build, very fast, high accuracy so he still lands his burns. Honestly, I don't know how anyone would do this without RTAC. Like, RTAC is extremely good, but he just brings your damage. When you're not bringing people that hit, he brings damage. Rhonda's actually in a bolster set. I might change this up today, but bolster set, I need somebody in a bolster set. If I do not have someone in a bolster set, or if you're earlier game shield set, then that's the difference between you beating levels and not. A ton of the time. Most of these high levels, one person in my team is in bolster. Happens to be Rhonda here. It was Lord Champfort, but I stripped him dry and gave his stuff to Rhonda. So Rhonda felt like she was more value to me so far. Danag is in a stun set. Yeah, and he's a control champion. It's literally like control on control on control. We've got True Fears going off here. I've got Killian the Lucky with block skills here. Booked him. Didn't have him booked before. He's now booked. He's got a stun here as well. And then he's in a stun set as well. Grohack, stun set as well. Like literally, I am pushing my stun sets to the limit because I'm also trying to go fast. Also trying to get up somewhere close to that 250 odd speed. Failing a bit, honestly, because the stun sets are a little bit lacking for me. But that's where I'm at now for this higher end content. Let's just kind of cruise back to a couple of the earlier bosses. This one was quite easy for me because I've got Poison Exploder. Let's see if there's any tricky ones. This one, just kind of like beat it down. Yeah, probably went a bit legendary heavy for most people to be able to kind of mimic what I'm doing there just to smash my way through stuff. But yeah, ultimately, I know that actually the this I found tough. This Nether Spider here was quite tough. I had to bring out quite a lot of healing. Yeah, and then we used the burns to do the job. Lady Kimmy to remove the buffs from the spiderling so that I could apply the burn without any problem. There was another one where I had to throw in a ton of healers. Yeah, this one here is also was a tricky one. So I had to put in a ton of healing from my team and basically do some damage with my Sinacia. But yeah, it was literally like Rector. You know, there's not that much that we could use there to do the work. Similarly here against the double boss on S11, I kind of went heal, heal, all of the damage really being done by burns, and then everybody else pretty much keeping the team alive. This was a tough one. This was one of the tougher ones that I've done. Rector Draff and Doom Priest both very quick. Show you these builds if they're not been wrecked already. This is the other thing. It's just like you wreck your builds after doing it like 250 speed. She was landing decreased attack with her A1. She actually came in as probably MVP of this fight. She came in with the decreased attack for the Nether Spider and for the Ice Golem. If I didn't have that, I think I would have died. Or I would have died. Mordecai bringing the burns. So he had to be quick with high accuracy. Shiramani was actually clutch here as well because she bought me an AoE freeze, which meant I could freeze the spiderlings, then burn the spiderlings, and not take a load of damage from doing like extra hits. And then Lona Thrill was just kind of in there for some damage. But really, most of the damage was burns. And then the others were in there to just keep us alive. There's no cleansers here. So Doom Priest actually did a ton of work as well in terms of just keeping my team moving. Lots of healing, lots of healing. But yeah, that was a really tough fight as well. So let's show you where I'm at. Let's show you this kind of like S20, which I think, in terms of my clan, nobody's beaten in my clan yet. In terms of globals, it's all like +4 in, like insane blessings. And one thing I'm missing, look at this roster here. I'm missing blessings. Yeah, a lot. Really, it would make my day a ton easier if I had more blessings. But it shows you kind of like when you're in the high end, it's really, really champion specific and you really need blessings. So what I'm doing here is, Mr. Burn here, I'm basically just trying to utilize control everywhere. Everywhere is control and R-Tech is my damage. Block out skills, got it on everybody. I'm hoping for stuns at the same time. I haven't landed any stuns yet. True Fears now, even though I've blocked out their skills, I don't want them to hit me. Because if they hit me, I'm basically dead. And then I'm looking around, and I'm like, okay, he's going to A1 someone. I'm going to try and rip turn meter off of someone who's got a lot and someone who is not yet stunned. That's my aim. So I ripped turn meter here, trying to get a stun, but didn't get one. It's kind of fine. Everyone's controlled in some way. We then ignite the burns with our R-Tac. And I'm just kind of like looking at who's stunned and who isn't, and where do I need to apply some damage. That's pretty much it. Each move is kind of like calculated. So here, again, who's not really got any control? Where can I rip some turn meter and stun at the same time? 2-turn stun. We now use an A1 here to try and get drop defense from my Danag. Didn't get it. Weak hits. A1 with R-Tac. Again, trying to land stuns. This guy could do with a stun, so we go over there now. Got the stun. And this is basically me doing this for, I reckon I did it straight 2 hours yesterday. I've got stuns on 3, and I'm here. I could go with the AoE hits, which I will, just to, one, try and land some stuns, but also put in some damage. Where do I need to go here? This guy's probably the bigger risk. Drop defense out. Try and drop some turn meter. This guy being a weak affinity is annoying. I'm going to try it anyway. Weak hits again. Like, just taking hits is deadly. It's deadly. It's absolutely like it stuffs you up. Like, already I'm looking at this thinking, because they've taken so many turns, I'm pretty much thinking that it's not a good run. I've probably lost too much health already at this point. Might get some soul reaps, only one. Okay, though. Stuns everywhere now. Probably okay. I want to save. At this point, I'm saving abilities because I need all of my kits. I need every single ability back for the next wave of enemies. As I say, probably already lost too much health at this point, but we'll see. I've got no healing. There's nobody that brings leech. There's no healing. It's very difficult. At this point, you just A1 your way away. It's like hoping to get a stun so that we don't have to try and deal with any more damage. And then we're on to wave 2. It took me ages to get past wave 2, by the way. We've got a cleanser here, a cleanser here. If these guys get increased resistance up by run to wipe, there's no point in me even carrying on. So I cannot ever let these guys use an ability. I cannot ever let these guys use an ability. It's only really Gerptuck that I let do anything. Otherwise, I cannot do the run. So what I tend to do is lock out this guy on the right with my Rhonda. I lock out skills here. The reason why I lock out this guy with Rhonda is because sometimes this weak hits, and then I don't lock him out. We've got one stun on the dude that we wanted to stun. That's good. Locked out these two. We didn't get a lockout here. I think we're just going to go AoE, True Fears, because I still don't want these guys to have their turn. So True Fears are still valuable just to try and stop everybody having their turn. What I'm going to do now is just rip his turn meter back. Don't want him having a turn. We're going to ignite the burns. That's pretty much my main source of damage. Now I need to focus fire somebody dead. I tend to try and focus fire this guy. So I've got one less guy in the mix that can do any form of cleanse. I've got to land a stun somewhere. Probably keep the focus damage here. Get a stun away. 2-turn stun means basically he's not going to do anything. because he's now my focus, I try and get drop defense on him now. Another option is to try and use that stun set and get lucky by stunning somewhere else. Because even taking the A1 hits can be enough to kill you. Simple as that. You can just die because of that. So I do really want this guy to be dead. Got the drop defense. That's good. Got an AoE here just because I want to try and get more stuns. Don't think I got any. My Artak still struggling because of the amount of damage we took in the first fight, right? So that's it. Artak's dead. Anyone's dead is a wipe, and I've got to go again because wave 3 is even harder. I'll do one more run through just so you kind of get a feel for it. Just you see the pain. You see the pain that we're going through here. This is easily the toughest content I've had to face, like with ease. Didn't get stunned there, so now we've got to control this dude. Nights and burns. This feels better already. RNG Fest. This guy's got a true fear, but it's not definitely locked out, so I need to lock him out. I don't want him, like, wrecking my day. This guy's a problem. Locked out. One stun. Probably just... I either try my luck here. This is where I should go, so I don't take the damage. We did get a stun there. That's great. Another stun over there. That's good. Yeah, probably should put Rhonda in a stun set and bring the healing... the bolster set somewhere else. Just because she does that additional attack, which can land stuns as well. Let's just do AoE here. This feels better. By burns. Dead. It's good. Changed up a bunch of masteries as well. Just, I guess I'll show you all the builds in a second. Like in terms of, I'll show you all the masteries in a second. Because that makes a big difference as well. Like everything has to be spot on here for this to work. Let's kill him. He's the only one not stunned. Okay, much better, much smoother round 1. Yeah, so we're on to round 2 now. Pretty much as full health as I can be. One stun away, that's good. Got lockout everywhere, that's better than first time. Hoping for a couple more stuns. Got one more there, he's had his turn already. We're now going to rip away turn meter from this guy. Ignites and burns. I think I'm going to keep the focus fire here. This guy's not locked out. See this? He's a problem. He's not locked out, he's not stunned. I have to stun him. Like, and this is it. I'm basically changing my approach every single time, depending on where I'm landing stuff. Because everything I'm doing is RNG centered. Like, it's tricky. Locked out, locked out, locked out. I think we should go AoE here. Hoping for another stun. Keep the damage here. And now we've got a problem. This guy, if he has a turn, I will die. This guy, if he has a turn, I will die. I think I'm going to go here. Drop speed on. That's good. This guy's a problem, though. Unless my Rhonda gets her lockout back, probably dead. If I get Rhonda back in time, I've got to go here and try and land a stun. See that? Cleanse. And, oh, do we get away with it? Maybe we do. If these guys get a turn and put increased resistance up, I'm 100% dead. So I can lock out his skill. Oh, man. This is not good. See how it turns from being, like, great to dead. Somehow we're still in a fight at the moment. Let's take that away. Somehow we're still going here. Get True Fears back up. Go in there. Almost stun away. Good. Burns back up. Honestly, it's probably the first time I've recovered from somebody having a turn. That's how dodgy that was. Still not out of the woods, though. This guy's not stunned, but he's locked. Go in here. Try and kill him. Should be dead now. Let's rip your turn meter away. Oh, I got resisted. It's harsh. One down. Locked, locked, not locked, stunned. Okay. I think we're going to try and kill these guys next. They have an unkillable ability as well. So I try and... So I could either lock them out and stop their unkillable, which would kill them straight out. But this guy is such a nightmare that I just use my lockout over here. Let's... try and get the unkillable proc in. Procced here, see that? AoE try and get some stuns. Got a stun there, that's good. My Artak's nearly dead. If he dies, game over. And rip. Stun away there, weak hits. Guy's locked out, but he probably still can kill Artak. No! That's wipe. That's actually just wipe. I need Artak's damage for wave 3. Okay, next attempt actually. I'm 6 minutes in and it's going well. So I've got one guy who's nearly dead. I still can't be too gung-ho here. Like, if he takes a hit and dies, it's still wipe. But we have managed to get a stun away, and I'm just A1-ing to get all my abilities back for the next wave. The risky part here is, like, if he wakes up and I don't stun him again, and somehow we don't get a kill, then he could still kill one of my team. But we're through to wave 3. And the best I've done is been one-on-one with Ultimate Death Knight with my Rhonda, and Ultimate Death Knight just kept bapping me in the head. So Rhonda here is essential. You have to block out this Ultimate Death Knight. So we need to A2 Ultimate Death Knight, block his passive so that we're able to attack other people. The Rotuses are a problem because they do a lot of damage. What I try and do here is make sure that I've got Sifi and Necrit stunned. I want to kill both of those pretty close to each other. I want Necrit to be, killed as soon as possible. And then we try and kill Sifi straight after. Let's get True Fears out. Obviously, this guy being protected from everything we're doing is a problem as well. Let's try and steal his turn meter so he's not having a turn. Ignite some burns, get some damage away. They go after this guy. Look how quickly they're like getting work done. And Sifi's just like, yeah, you know what, 50-50 whether I cleanse you or not. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about stuff. How many stuns? We've got only one, so we're going to go AoE. Still no more stuns. That's a bit annoying. One here. I really want to be stunning this guy. So I've got to go after him now. Here. Got resisted. 3%er. That's actually brutal right there. I've got to go after him and try and get a stun. Like, that's now my focus because everyone else that's a problem is already stunned. Burns. Okay. This is interesting. I've not killed a Sifi, a Rotus this early before. Always I've gone for these guys. Guess I'm just going to go AoE here with Rhonda. One of my dudes is down. Don't kill him. Oh, I really needed him to stay alive for a bit longer than that. Look at that. One Rotus doing all of that work. Speed there. I really want this True Fear back. Not killing anyone, so I've just got to A1. Try and get a drop defense somewhere. See if he's going to get a turn. I'll see if he's stunned. Great. Okay. Still in the game, are we? Are we in the game? I feel like I've got to lock him out again. Got to. Another one dead. Oh, it's disgusting, this level. Kind of got to go here now. It gets desperate at this point. I've only got one guy with any sort of action. Got to lock their skills out. Guess if I've locked their skills out, maybe I go after the damage dealer. Look how much damage he does. Oh, it's bish, bash, bosh. You just can't let anyone hit you. Just can't let anybody hit you. And that's it. So this is going to be my day. Like, I haven't been doing other raid content because I've literally just been trying to beat levels which are hard like this. And like playing around with gear, changing all sorts of builds up, seeing if I got anything better that I haven't rolled, all that type of stuff. So yeah, City of SINTRANOS definitely has brought a lot of champions out of the vault, but also, yeah, it's bloody hard. Really, really tough. So I guess if you are looking for teams that you can build, you can definitely go into the optimizer. The optimizer will kind of like show you teams that have beaten stuff that you own. But also, the way I tend to focus on this sort of content is I'm just like, what do I want to do? And then I'm filtering. Let's say I'm trying to fill a spot. I'm filtering by whatever buffs or debuffs I need. So, I'm going in here, for example, I'm being like, right, well, who in this group can stun? Nobody. Okay, who can freeze? All right, I've got someone. In fact, I've got a whole host of Shiramanis and etc. So I'm trying to find natural ways to control an enemy before I then go in and start changing builds. And you can see until I ripped her gear away, even Deliana went into stun set. Basically, stun set is king when it gets to this late stuff. It's either regen, solo stuff, or it's stunning the hell out of the enemy to try and get somewhere. Anyway, enjoy your day, guys. I've been Hell Hades. I'll see you soon.